Hey guys, I'm Eric and welcome back to another quick ZBrush tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at the Stager function in ZBrush. It's a pretty cool tool that was added, I think, 2 versions ago, and they've added a couple features to it since. Basically what it allows you to do is work on an object symmetrically, but have it posed off axis. So you can switch in between seeing it on your final model, switch it back to the axis, do some work, and then switch it back. So it's very useful for things like wrist guards where, you want them to be symmetrical on both sides, but it's difficult to work on them on your model. And so you can set them in the center, work on them, and then move them back. And it's super useful just to non-destructively work and to save yourself time from trying to sculpt something asymmetrically when really it could just be done symmetrical and then posed after the fact, but without losing your ability to go back and make changes when you need to. It's pretty cool, so let's check it out. So we're just gonna take a cube here and we're gonna go down to geometry. And we're going to look for Stager. So let's open up geometry. And you'll see towards the bottom we have Stager. And at first, you only have a couple options available. You have home stage, target stage, and paste. So we're going to go through the whole menu and see what each setting does. The first thing is the home stage. So this is where you want your model to be when you're working on modeling it. So it's probably on axis. So if we go ahead and turn on the floor, we can see that our model is symmetrical on the axis right now. We can modify both sides of it. And this is where we want it to be to work on. So now that we know it's in the position that we want it to be, we can set it to home stage by just clicking the home stage button. Now what we can do is move this model. So I can go ahead and move it over here somewhere. And I could even rotate it. And then when I'm happy where that location is, I can set it to target stage by just setting target stage right there. And now once we do that, you can see that the switch stage button becomes available. So when we click that, you can see that the model actually swaps between those states that we've set. And so what this means is we can set it back to the home stage, make changes to the model. For example, we can totally change the shape of it and then switch the stage back. What that means is it's going to retain all the deformations that we just applied to that model. So very, very useful. So this is really good for things like wrist guards. So why don't we take a look at an example that we could use this for. So on this character, I have a set of wrist guards that I want to place. And as you can see, the wrist guard is actually symmetrical on both the front and rear side. And in the past, I might have actually sculpted this directly on the arm off axis, where I would mask this area off and sculpt it and try to get it to line up on both sides, but it's always going to be pretty much impossible to get it perfect, right? And so what Stager lets us do is swap between states so that we can always keep this model symmetrical. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wrist guard group and I'm just going to merge this together. So I have this wrist guard set back. Now you may think that's destructive, but there is a feature that Stager gives us that we'll look at in a little bit to let us always make sure that we can update our position if we need to make changes to our group. I wish Stager had functionality to just move a whole group, but it doesn't yet, at least. Maybe that'll change in the future. So now that we have this merged piece of geo, we can go ahead and go down to Stager. So again, we'll go to Stager and set our home stage. And we're just going to frame our whole model. We're going to center our gizmo, and then I'm going to go ahead and move this into position. Once we're happy where we've placed our wrist guard, we can go ahead and hit the target stage. And now once that target stage is set, we can swap between the 2 states. So we can hit switch stage. Our wrist guard pops back up to its original position, and then it goes back down. So we could always switch, make whatever crazy change we want to it, and then switch it back, and we're good to go. Now, say we need to go all the way back to the group stage. What we can do is use the copy and paste tools in the Stager. So we can actually go ahead and hit copy right here. And then say we actually want to make a change to our group. So let's delete our current model. And we go back up to our group. Let's turn that on. And we decide, hey, this piece we need to make a specific change to. And then the rest of it we're okay. So we can then just go ahead and merge our folder again. Go down to Stager and hit paste. And now it's going to copy those stages from our old model and set it in the same spot. So we haven't lost anything in regards to our position that we've set for our home and target stage. Another component Stager added recently is the Interpolate function. And so basically what this allows us to do is set 2 positions of the model and then actually create a bunch of interpolated models in between those 2 stages. So anything that's like a repeating asset. So like say you have a vent with a bunch of grates, you can just set the model's home stage to the top of the grate, the target state to the bottom of the grate, and then interpolate between it to duplicate a bunch of versions of this model. And so you can see here, for example, if we just take this little piece I have in the back and we hit home stage, and then we move it down here and we hit target stage, we can interpolate. Make sure to delete or freeze your subdivisions. Go back and hit the interpolate, and you can see that it's now interpolated between, and we can undo that and reduce the amount of stages that we want. So we could bring this as low as we want and kind of find what works for us. So maybe we do like 4, and you can see on the interpolate, we have one of those little circles, and we have a closed circle and an open circle. When the circle is closed, it will space these strokes evenly, and when they're open, it'll space the strokes relative to their size. And overall, the interpolate is kind of the same as using just array mesh to pretty much get the same effect. But I could see this being useful if you just don't want to have to go in and mess with all the settings in array mesh. This is kind of just a quick way to get a basic repeating geometry along a path or along a surface. So maybe it's just kind of a more straightforward, quick way to work rather than having to fiddle with array mesh and kind of figure that out. And of course, at any time, if you want to reset one of the stages, you can just toggle the button on and off. And so, for example, we have this shoulder pad that I also used the stager tool for. So we can see there's the home stage set in the center, and then we can go back and switch it to here. If I want to update this stage, I can just move this to wherever. You can see it'll update. If it's giving you problems, you can just toggle the button on and off and it'll reset as well. And there you go. Or if we wanted to actually reset our home stage, we could reset it right here. And then now this is the home stage. So there you go. Anything that you want to keep symmetrical, but see it actually posed on your final character for blockout or proportion purposes, Stager is super awesome. There was other more janky ways to do this in the past, but I really like that they added this, and it's something that I use all the time since it's been added. It took me a little while to figure out, but once I got the hang of it, that's pretty cool. If you have topics that you would like me to cover, let me know in the comment section below. And always, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Don't stop creating. I'll see you next time, and take care. Bye. I took my dog's toy away mid-video because it's got this like crinkly paper in it and it was making a ton of noise. And I just want to show you guys how miserable he looks right now that I took it away from him. Look at him. He's like revolting. Look at this. Look at this. This is why. Why? Can I have your toy? Can I have your toy? He hates me.